I love how the holidays always bring big families together, and growing up, one of my favorite memories was getting together with a large extended family and everyone bringing something different to the table, literally and figuratively. But everyone had a different dish maybe that they always made or that they brought, and it was so fun to see what was gonna be there. So this year I'm bringing you 3 different options that maybe you can make all 3 for your Thanksgiving meal, or just one for one of the meals that you're going to. Whether it's a Friendsgiving or a big family get together, I hope one of these inspires your meal. There are so many side dishes you can have for Thanksgiving, and really they're all good, let's be honest. They're usually a little bit decadent, they're usually over the top. This one's over the top, but I wouldn't call it decadent, or it's deceptively decadent, because you don't have to feel guilty about eating it, but it's absolutely delicious. It's a twice baked sweet potato, but it is chocked full of kale, onion, celery, some little tart cherries, and some feta cheese on top. It sounds odd, but when it is put together, let me tell you something, your mouth is gonna be watering all the time thinking about this. First, you just wanna prick some sweet potatoes. This is so they don't burst open in the oven and get juices all over. I also put them right into a parchment-lined baking sheet. That way it will catch any of those juices too. Prick them, then pop them right into your preheated oven, and it's gonna take about an hour for them to cook fully. Now, obviously, if you get some huge sweet potatoes, which let's talk about that for a second, because some sweet potatoes are just humongous. For this, I try to pick kind of personal-sized sweet potatoes because it's nice for serving. We don't need any of those big Cadillac ones. Seriously, some of them are like boats. What are you gonna do with all that? To check if they're done, just prick them with a really sharp knife. If it goes in without meeting any resistance, it's done. If there's just a little bit of resistance, that's okay because they're gonna cook a little bit more here after a while. Pull them out of the oven, let them cool slightly. While they're cooling, you can just get ready everything else. Finally dice some onion, then dice some celery. I just like to cut the rib in half, slice it lengthwise, and then chop it really finely. To get the kale ready, I just like to strip the leaves. Now, I know this looks like probably, oh seriously, people on TV always strip the leaves so easily. Yeah, it really is that easy. You just have to do it with a lot of determination and confidence. Just hold that stem, pull, and go. Seriously, they slide right off. Once you get all the stems out, just chop them up, fairly fine. They can be kind of coarse, it doesn't really matter. They're gonna wilt down later. Once those are ready, the potatoes should be cool enough to scoop out. Just cut the top off about maybe a quarter of the way down. You wanna leave a pretty large area of the sweet potato so you have a lot of stuffing to put back into it. So about the top quarter, just cut that off, then scoop out the interior of each one. I like to leave about a quarter to a half inch of sweet potato in the whole thing. Otherwise, they're not gonna have any support and they're just gonna kind of cave in on themselves. So make sure to leave some good sweet potato in there. Just scoop out the rest and then take it out of all the tops too. And honestly, I eat the peel. I love the peel. I think we should all be team peel. It's healthy, it's delicious. I love it. Once you have it all scooped out, you can just break it up slightly if it's in big chunks, but it should be fairly cooked down. Personally, I like to leave it with a little bit of texture because that way when you're eating it, there's some great texture in the stuffing. But if you want it completely smooth, you can do that too. Have a large skillet on the stove and heat it over medium to medium-high heat. Add some olive oil, and then throw in the onion and the celery. I love to hear the sizzle of the onion when you throw it in. It's just so exciting. And it smells instantly like Thanksgiving. Celery and onion together, cooking. Yeah, I think we all want that. Season it with a little bit of salt and pepper. And then just keep sauteing until it gets translucent and becomes fairly soft. I kind of just taste it to know for sure when, but it's about 5 minutes. Once the onion and celery are softened, you can just add some balsamic vinegar. You could add some cider vinegar here, but the balsamic really adds a great sweetness and depth of flavor. Also add a little bit of honey. This is really gonna help balance out all the sweet flavors in here and kind of temper it out. Just a little bit, you don't wanna oversweeten this. Stir that in and then add some tart cherries. I know this sounds odd, and if you don't have any cherries, you can totally use cranberries, but these really add a really fun, delicious, sweet, tart, tangy flavor, and I love them. They're gonna plump up a little bit. Oh, so good, seriously, so good. Once those are in there, you can just finish with all your kale. Seriously, does this not look beautiful? It's like all the colors, it's very autumnal, very Thanksgiving. Seriously, you guys, I'm really excited. Saute that all together just until the kale begins to wilt. And then add in your sweet potato. Just kind of chop it up if it's in large chunks. Like I said, I like those chunks, I want the texture. Stir it all together and then just remove it from the heat. Let it cool down just a little bit and then add some Greek yogurt. That's right, we are gonna add a little bit of creamy factor to this. I mean, usually twice baked potatoes are extremely overly decadent. You don't have to feel bad about these. These are everyday twice baked potatoes. You can make these every day of the week. Seriously, I think I do almost. I love them. Stir that together. You can taste it at this point. You know, everything's cooked, but just for seasoning, you might need a little bit more salt or pepper. And then just fill the potato cavity back up. I like to make them rounded full because, you know, it's Thanksgiving. Then to top it off, I like a little bit of feta cheese on top. That's right, we are gonna add more tang, more flavor. Seriously, you won't be sorry you did this. And what's great about feta, a little bit goes a long way. Sprinkle it on and then put them right back into your oven. Let them get warmed all the way through and get that feta cheese a little bit brown on top and you're good to go. Like seriously, you guys, these are delicious. And what's great is you could make them, put them together, fill the cavity, and then just wait to heat them until you need to. Make a happy Thanksgiving. Yes, please. I can't wait for you to try this and show you some of my other great Thanksgiving ideas. If you like this, make sure to leave a comment below, like the video, share it around, follow me on Instagram and Facebook and here on YouTube. I love to hear from you guys and hear how you're enjoying the holidays. Make sure to tell me what your favorite Thanksgiving food is. Happy Thanksgiving.